Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I give my review of They Called Us Enemy by George Takei, Justin Eisinger, Stephen Scott, with Harmony Becket Illustrator and Gilberto Lazcano Illustrator. This book is a September read for On With the Band, a Fable book club moderated by MJ, Reading This Life at M-J on here. I realize I've been frequently referring to this book as They Call Us Enemy, so sorry about that. It is They Called Us Enemy. George Takei is best known for his role as Hikaru Sulu on the original Star Trek series. He was the helmsman of the Starship Enterprise. He reprised the role in several Star Trek movies, and he eventually was promoted to captain toward the end of those movies. He had his own starship to command. This book is a graphic novel memoir. After I give my review of the book, I am going to discuss why this book is banned. Early in the book, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. At the time, George and his family, his father, his mother, his younger brother, and infant sister were living in Los Angeles. The U.S. government shortly thereafter declared all Japanese Americans as enemy aliens. This resulted in severe prejudice, and eventually Japanese Americans on the West Coast were sent to a group of internment camps, which were prison camps. Around 125,000 of them were sent to these camps. Takei was around 4 when his family was first sent to an internment camp. They were later sent to another internment camp where the prisoners were subjected to more harsh conditions. The story moves back and forth between the time in the internment camps and later periods in George's life. Apart from the cover of the book, the art was done in black and white. I thought the art was really good, and the decision to do in black and white was an effective one for the story that was told. There are some brutal attacks on the prisoners. They are not depicted graphically. There is virulent racism. There is the U.S. government and the government of California scapegoating their own citizens for political gain. A bit of the atomic bombings of Japan are shown. Although it's hard to read at points, I found this book a valuable and important book to read. I recommend this to anyone who wants to see how the U.S. government and the government of California treated its own citizens. If any of the concerns I mentioned are a problem for you, you may not want to read the book. I rated it 5 stars. Next, I'm going to look into why the book was banned, where it was banned. I know not everybody is interested in this, so I will put text at the bottom of the screen that says book ban discussion. However, there's not going to be anything besides me talking about book bans except my outro. So if you just want to read my book review, there's not going to be anything more besides the outro after my discussion of book bans. So you could just stop now if you wanted to. But I will put text at the bottom of the screen so people know. And for when the discussion of this book being banned is taking place. My go-to source for seeing where books are banned is always PEN America. Yeah, so that's where I went for this one. Didn't discover any book bans of this book in 2023 through 2024 or 2022 to 2023. I did find one in 2021 to 2022. It was banned in Pennsylvania in the Central York School District. The origin of challenge was administrator. The type of ban was banned in classrooms. I'm going to assume what that means that they're not allowed to teach the book in this area. Next, I did a search to see why the book was banned, and this is what the co-pilot answer said. They Call Us Enemy by George Takei has been banned in various locations due to its uncomfortable truths about Japanese American internment during World War II, reflecting broader trends of censorship in education. Context of the book: They Called Us Enemy is a graphic memoir that recounts George Takei's experiences as a child in Japanese American internment camps during World War II. The book addresses themes of racism, injustice, and the violation of civil rights, provoking a personal perspective on a dark chapter in American history. And the search also came up with something else. It's actually some videos where George Takei is talking himself. And apparently the book has recently been banned in Tennessee. I didn't see that in Pen America, I think, because it's been so recent. They seem to only have like a completed periods, like in the most recent one is 2023 to 2024. But so Tennessee has recently banned his book too. My opinion is that what the book shows would be good for people to know. I cannot remember back to my school days if we were taught about the internment camps. It's too long ago. I did learn about them somehow, but I'm not sure how. It's not like they're that big a secret, but it's also not like they were talked about. So hopefully we were taught in school, but I have my doubts, even though it was a much more... there weren't all these people trying to ban books back then. There are probably some, but not remotely like it is now. And I do think this book is a valuable book. I think that people should learn about the dark parts of American history. And this book is one of those books that really rings true that those who don't learn from the past are condemned to repeat it. If you read this book yourself, please let me know what you thought of it. Or if you're considering reading this book, please let me know. If you can't think of anything else to comment, please add a pig emoji. If you read the book, you understand why I selected that one. I hope you're having a wonderful reading week. I hope you're having a wonderful week in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.